And I'm over on the Glenwood campus today in one of the classrooms where we pack meals for the neighbors here in the Glenwood community. Being here caused me to reflect a little bit on some of the great things that God is doing in this community and in our own lives, and reminded me of a passage from the Apostle Paul from the book of Philippians. You see, the Apostle Paul was in prison. He was in a cell and he was reflecting on his life and ministry, and he penned these words: "Brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." It wasn't so long ago that we started hearing about a virus that was impacting people on the other side of the world, and we began to pray for them. And it didn't take long before that same virus began to impact our lives, our culture, our practices, and even our expectations began to change. Some people even began to characterize this pandemic virus as a curse. It doesn't take much effort to think of all the opportunities we've missed out on, or to name the ways that we've been inconvenienced, or to wallow in the difficulty this curse has brought upon our individual and collective lives. We can allow our minds and our hearts to be discouraged and to lose heart. But when we look at God's word, we can see that wherever there is a curse, God is blessing his people with blessings. We have to look for the blessings. We have to think about such things. So as I've been thinking, I've been reflecting on some of our efforts here at the Glenwood community. In the midst of this pandemic curse, many organizations, volunteers, and resources have come together to care for the people of Greensboro. And these are all blessings. You see, at Glenwood, in the Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I've seen new faces of volunteers who have come to not only serve food and resources, but to offer hope and joy. One of our volunteers recently came and had a trunk full of hygiene kits and non-perishable food items to share. And as she opened her trunk, one of the neighbors called out and said, "Can we come help?" And when she said yes, several men came, took all the boxes, carried them into the church for her. And as they were leaving, she overheard one of them say to another, "We're going to be blessed tonight." Last week, as the Christ Church team was gathered here distributing food, a mother of 5 pulled up to get some meals. She spoke of how she had just come from the hospital and where she had gotten a shot to ease the pain from a dislocated shoulder. She did not know how she was going to cook for the meals because her husband had left town to go look for work after he had been laid off, and now she had 5 hungry children. A neighbor told her about the meals at Christ Church and encouraged her that she would find not only friendly faces, but somebody who would pray with her. So there we were on Glenwood Avenue, masked, gloved, appropriately distanced, and we prayed together for her healing and for her strength. And as tears rolled down her face, I was blessed by this heartfelt gratitude of a mother who said that the food was a blessing from God. You know, there's an old hymn that says, "Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done." I think that is what the Apostle Paul was encouraging us to do. In the midst of such difficult times, it might be easy to give in to the feelings of despair or discouragement, but Paul tells us to think, to put our mind on Christ and to think about what God is doing to bless us, to encourage us, to give us hope. I invite you to think about it this week, and then maybe you can share some of those blessings in the chat room where this is posted, or to email me so that we can share in these blessings together and to give God thanks. Today, when you hear something that makes you worry about the chaos of the world or to lean you into a sense of discouragement, I invite you to stop and to think about such things that are lovely and that are admirable, that are praiseworthy. And when you do, we will count our many blessings and see what God has done. I hope you have a great day, and may God richly bless you each step of the way.